Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Paranautical activity. There's a reason why I couldn't get this out to you earlier, unfortunately, because I got a review code for this from Diggerati Distribution a couple of hours before the game came out. Perfectly simple, right? Tried to redeem it, didn't work. Tried to redeem it a couple of hours later when the game was actually out, didn't work. Tried to redeem it 6 hours later, didn't work. Tried to redeem it the next day, didn't work. Tried to redeem it today, still didn't work. They said over Twitter that they were working on getting it fixed, so I don't know if it's actually fixed yet or not, but I'm going to flash the review code up on the screen somewhere. If it works and you get it, it's yours. Congratulations, but I already bought it, so we'll go have a look around first. First thing to know is that I actually beat it. I have actually played Paranautical Activity before. It's a PC game from a few years ago, so seeing it on the Vita now is actually kind of neat, because I never beat it there, but I did actually manage to beat it and unlock hardcore mode, which is kind of awesome, honestly, because I never expect to be able to do that. The game does have a bunch of unlocks that you can get. As you can see, I've already gotten a fair few of them. You can get a ton of different unlockables here for different sorts of challenges, and of course there are ones down here: use every weapon, get every item, kill every boss, get every unlock, of course, right? That's pretty simple, obviously, right? So we'll just head on back. The options menu isn't that impressive, honestly. You do have the game telling you what the controls are, and to be fair, these work fine for the most part. I mean, my analog stick's still kind of busted and I can't really do anything about that, but the controls themselves, they work fine. The settings themselves are a little bit disappointing. You do have your obvious stuff, like you do have screen shake, which I recommend you keep turned off because it's very hard to keep focused. You do have invert Y, you do have stick sensitivity, and you do have field of vision, which is a very weird setting to see on a PlayStation Vita game. I've been keeping it at about 105, but it does go all the way up to 150, and I'm more than happy to show you how ridiculous that gets. Sound and music, however, are a bit of a problem. The music in this game is kind of bad, especially on the Vita speakers. It sounds like it's been compressed a fair bit, which is a little disappointing because it hurts my ears. And while sound is usually okay, there are some times where it just really fucks up. Like if you're the tank and you get the ability that lets you reflect bullets off walls, the sound is deafening, and it would be nice to be able to turn it down like a meter or something, but it's just not here. Add meters for these two and maybe uncompress the music in a patch or something, mates, because that is a little bit painful, and there are some other technical problems the game has that we're about to get into. So let's go and hop into a game of Classic, because I tried Hardcore and I couldn't even beat the first boss. So what does that tell you? Anyway, you start out with 4 different weapons here. There is a 5th and a 6th unlockable, but right now I've only got the 4. We'll pick random just for the purpose of demonstration. Okay, we're gonna be Gordon, which is fun. It's a scythe, that's a boomerang. There's also the tank, who's just got a basic shotgun. You've got a crossbow for David Bowie, which that's the pun. It's a name pun, not anything else. It's kind of ironically funny considering David Bowie died this year, unfortunately, which is a little bit disappointing, honestly, because, you know, a little bit of life was taken out of everybody's life that day, but oh well. And you have a gun that's also a gun that shoots bombs. Every class, well, not every class, but most classes also get a sub-weapon that's charged by picking up the corpses of dead enemies. It's kind of great. So the sub-weapon for this class is a poison gun. So yeah, it hits the enemy and it gives them poison, which is a nice thing to have. So the game's got multiple different kinds of pickups. You've got health, armor, money, and bombs. Health is what you expect. Money is also what you expect. Bombs you throw with the circle button. They're affected by gravity, and they explode. You'll also fire these same bombs off when you've got the grenade launcher weapon. Armor is basically extra health. It's like Soul Hearts in Binding of Isaac. In fact, a lot of this game is like Binding of Isaac, because it is a, what's the word I'm looking for? A roguelite, basically. Roguelike is games like NetHack, where you've got a turn-based grid, permadeath, everything regenerates when you die, yada 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 yada. This game doesn't share all of NetHack's sensibilities, but it shares some of them, and, you know, other roguelikes. It's got items that you pick up on every life, it's got permadeath, and it's got procedurally generated levels, so that's just generally the way things work. There's a fair few items in the game. I haven't found all of them, haven't even come close to finding all of them, but there's definitely a fair few interesting ones. There's also a fair few dull ones, honestly, like there's move faster on the ground, for example. Not particularly pleasant, but we'll work with it, honestly, because being able to move faster at all in this game is a privilege, because it's a lot more like your typical arena shooters, like Quake and Doom, where having a lot of speed means you can dodge a lot of projectiles, which is always useful in a game like this, because it's just, especially with all these bats that throw these wide homing projectiles at you. I actually kind of like how the projectiles are color-coded, because it means you can tell if a bullet is going to be an immediate threat to you or not, purely based on its color. It's kind of nice. This game's actually got a lot of reasonable design sensibilities, and I really do like it. But I'm really having trouble reaching these guys. You have to charge the sight for as long as possible before you fire it in order to get the maximum range, and I am really sucking here. Thank you. But yeah, the game's got a lot of nice little design sensibilities going about it. You do see a lot of the same enemies as time goes on. Hey, dice. You do see a lot of the same design sensibilities as time goes on, but like the same enemies, the same items and stuff like that. But everything that's here works relatively well, basically. So it's a really fun game. Like, it's weird to say that. Like, there's no story. There's no, like, relatively obscure reason why you have to be down in these weird square rooms, killing all these weird things that make absolute... Oh, dear. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. This is actually a lot more updated since the PC version, so I have no idea what just happened, but judging by the unlock prompt that I got in the top left, I fell down a hole. And the game's taking a while to load, but anyway. I think I went straight to floor 3, which is... No, I've gone straight back to floor 1. Not great. But yeah, game's got a lot to it. And I really do like the sort of arena shooter sensibilities it's got, because moving and jumping is your key to success in this game. There are some bosses that will actively punish you for moving and jumping too much, but most enemies in this game respond very well to trying to avoid them. It's a very fast game as well, I've found. And being as quick as possible means that you will most likely survive, as I did, because I actually managed to beat the game on like my 4th try, which was kind of ridiculous, honestly, because we all know how bad I am at video games, so how the hell did I beat this game on my 4th try? I don't know, but anyway. The game has 6 floors that you have to go through, and you can get a 7th and an 8th floor, but I don't know how to get to them yet, because again, this is a newer version of the game. I didn't even know there were 8 floors. And getting through those 6 floors will unlock your hardcore mode, which is harder, obviously. And then there's... Ooh, a laser shotgun. Alright, I'll take that. And the Tenchi Katana. I actually love the Tenchi Katana, because it's a close combat weapon, and it does a ridiculous amount of damage if you know how to use it properly. So... let's use a laser shotgun. So the game itself is actually really fun. I love the shit out of Paranautical Activity, and this Vita version just adds more to it. And it makes me really like it. The main problems with this game though really come to the technical side of things. For example, the frame rate of this game is not great at the best of times. It is pretty bad at dropping frames. It's just, yeah, it's not really that... Oh my god. Oh my god. What's going on here? Please help me. I am going to die horribly. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Okay. So the game's frame rate does tend to drop ridiculously sometimes. It's pretty bad. And notably, the game's also got a loading time whenever you walk into a room that has an enemy in it. Thankfully, going into previous rooms doesn't incur a loading time. That would drive me fucking mental, but thankfully the game does not do that. Oh god. Yep, I'm dead. I haven't fought those people before. I'm sorry, that's just the way things go in Paranautical Activity. I'm more than willing to start up a new run, but yeah. That was very strange. I ran into a bunch of stuff I hadn't seen before, so oh well. We'll play the David Bowie next. So... yeah, there's a loading time when you go into a room with a bunch of new enemies, which isn't particularly pleasant, but at the same time I can understand it, because the game's trying to save performance whenever it can. However, the game's also notoriously buggy. It's weird, like, I'm gonna display footage in the corner of the screen right now of me using the VVV inspired power-up that lets you jump to the roof. However, it also seems to break your camera controls, which is very odd. There's also a couple of other bugs I found which are not worth showing on screen, which involve me doing things like getting stuck in a boss room even though there's no enemies or anything else in sight. It's a little bit annoying, honestly. And again, the game could also use to have a little bit of a fixed frame rate because it's not great, honestly. I mean, it's playable. I mean, I got to the end of normal mode just fine. So it's like, the game is playable for the most part. It's just like, oh shit, okay, new plan. Hey, made it. Took 2 damage, but I made it. Not great, but we'll move along. So yeah, the game could use a few patches, obviously. I'd love to see better performance, because the game, while playable, runs and looks and just feels so much better at 60 FPS. Because again, I've played the PC version, and that version ran beautifully. It's kind of understandable why the game's performance isn't fantastic. Like, it's a Unity engine game, so there's the little... It's not so much a stigma as much as it's an actual fact that Unity doesn't run very well on the Vita, and it never really has. But at the same time, I find myself enjoying this game a hell of a lot. Even... what's a converter? Oh, it gives you extra health! Okay, I'm definitely holding on to that. The David Bowie's actually pretty good in long and short range, so okay. But yeah, the game really does need a couple of patches, which is a shame because it is legitimately really good. Like, the upgraded version with all the new weapons and items and stuff like that is legitimately one of the best examples of this genre that I know of. I'm enjoying the hell out of it, even with its technical problems. The game's $9.99 and it's 350 meg too, which makes it fit on pretty much any memory card. So it's like, I mean, I can't, if this game was patched in order to improve on the technical issues, I could not recommend it enough. I honestly could not recommend it anymore if the game was patched, because it is a legitimately enjoyable, fun time. I enjoy the hell out of this game, and there aren't many games that I can say that about. Even this version that has not particularly great performance or bug checking or anything like that. It's just, I love Paranautical Activity, and this portable version is several steps, but several small steps away from legitimate greatness. I enjoy the hell out of it. And at a price of $9.99 for the whole thing, I don't think I could recommend it anymore if the game is bug-free. Wait and see if they patch it once or twice. If they do, buy it immediately. Because it is legitimately one of the coolest games that I have played recently, especially on the Vita. And if they don't patch it, well, it's probably only going to be for fans of this sort of game, where, you know, it's arena shooter combined with roguelike. That's not exactly something that most people will go for. But, again, I legitimately enjoy the hell out of it, and I would fully recommend it to pretty much anyone who likes this sort of game. So it's kind of a difficult proposition. Wait and see if it gets patched is a reasonable stand to take, in my opinion, on this one. But it is still legitimately an enjoyable game, and I really do like it. And I mean, if you're just a little bit on the fence, if the technical problems don't faze you, if you're willing to, like, hope for the goodwill that they decide to patch the Vita version, or maybe just the game in general, it might be buggy on the PlayStation 4 version, I wouldn't know. But hell, even if you're planning to play this on, PlayStation 4, like, even if you can play this on PlayStation 4, I'd probably recommend that you get it, because I'm legitimately enjoying the shit out of it. And it would be fun to see more people pick this one up. The game's just got a lot of charm to it. It really does. I mean, some of the items and stuff can be a little bit, like, dull, but there's just a lot to like here. I mean, the concept in and of itself is bloody ridiculous. And I was watching the credits, because you get a credits roll after you beat normal mode. And it had a lot of the game's fan art in it, which I thought was legitimately sweet. And just the weird selection of weapons and items and bosses, and I do not want to pick that up, because I think that's the VB... No, it's floating bombs. Alright. Good. That's actually a really good power-up to have if you, it's a really good power-up to have if you have the gun that shoots bombs. But yeah. The game's got a lot to love, but patch the sound and music so that they're like meters and that the reflect sound isn't so annoying. Patch some of the bugs out and try and improve the performance a bit. Diggerati. If you do, you have a legitimately well-made game on your hands, and it's something that I can recommend pretty much anyone pick up. Oh look, holes. I probably don't want to go falling in those. Those are probably the things they have to keep people from getting too comfortable. Which is kind of a great thing to have, actually, because I've kind of been jumping around and, you know, just wandering around the stage without a band, and now I have to be careful of the freaking holes. It's also quite legitimately challenging, despite the fact that I managed to beat it on my first go. Well, not on my first go, but on my fourth go. It's still extremely challenging, and it probably will take you a fairly long time to beat it. So, yeah. Not that big of a fan of the music, honestly. I probably could turn that off and replace it with some heavy metal music of my own, but, you know. Unfortunately, the game doesn't actually runs on the RAM heavy mode, so there's no custom soundtrack support, which is a little bit disappointing, but, you know, oh well. Screw this noise. Fucking missile launch and... Well, they're not like tanks, they're more like turtles, but they, like, have the health bars of tanks. It's kind of silly. Bloody ninjas are invincible when they're in the, like, smoke. I'll play this game until I die, and then we'll call this video to an end. But you've basically heard everything I have to say at this point, so... I'm not really going to be saying anything else that's interesting, so if you just, if you want to leave now, feel free. But you've already given me some ad revenue, and you've already given me a bunch of YouTube red. So, thanks for that. Your support is what keeps me going, honestly. I really do need to thank my fans a little bit more, especially with some of the stuff that my fans have been doing for me recently. Like, I recently had a donation of a game, which I don't want to spoil outright, but if you want to know what it is, go check my PlayStation profile trophies. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I had someone donate a copy of Overwatch to me because I really wanted to play Overwatch, and someone was a really, really nice person to do that for me. I wonder if he minds if I mention like his Twitter name or something. Caseman. Caseman is a boss. I fell into a hole. Oh, man. That is gonna be a real problem, isn't it? Wow. Please tell me I'm not back on level 1. Oh, great. At least the boss was right here, but it's the freaking whale. I don't stand a chance on this guy. Because, I mean, he's fine by himself, but he spawns these fuckers! These fucking homing bastards are just the bane of my fucking existence. Especially when I'm playing as David Bowie. That's the weirdest thing I've said today. You know what? Just kill me. Come on. You know you want to kill me, and I can't hit these things for shit. You're probably gonna... Yeah, there we go. So that was a quick look at Paranautical Activity. If they patch it, it's well worth your time. If they don't patch it, probably only for arena shooter and roguelike fans. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.